Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Billy Parrott, Billy in B Town at Meridian Real Estate. I'm actually in the Meridian Real Estate headquarters today. It's a nice day. It's kind of chilly this morning. I took the top off my Jeep and it was kind of like, ooh, burr. It's a little chilly. So it's starting to turn. The season is here coming upon us. I mean, Starbucks already has their holiday fun, yummy pumpkin spice out. So, yeah, autumn is coming. So, I thought today I would give you the top 10 checklist of what you should start doing to prepare your home for those colder months because they are coming. I know when summertime just came and went. I mean, it's still here, but it felt like we only had like a month of summer. Am I right? Like it just went by so fast. So we're going to talk about that today. And I just got done with my 75 hard, which was very challenging, but I think it was really worth it. In fact, the day after, I was like, yes, I could take a break from working out, but my body was craving a workout. It really was craving a workout. But I did take the day off. But the next day, I went back to working out twice, which I didn't have to, but it felt good. And I might just continue it on, maybe not as intense. But yeah, it definitely instilled good habits, reading, which I am not a natural reader because I have ADD, I think. So it's hard for me to really sit down and concentrate, but that really did help me to force me to do that. Hey, Johnny. Johnny is in his house. What's up? So yeah, so I guess apparently the program does have a continuation point. I'm going to probably look into that, see if I might want to do that. So if you've done it, I'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's get to it, shall we? So the number one thing that you'll want to look at is cleaning your gutters, right? Making sure there's no debris, nothing that's going to block, when we have snow and cause ice dams, because that could cause a lot of damage. Making sure downspouts are directing water away where they should be. A lot of times, depending on where your downspouts are, you might move them, when you're mowing your lawn, things like that. So just making sure that those are diverting water away from your house. Because you don't want any flooding happening, because it could happen with winter if we get a huge snowfall or something like that and it starts to melt. It could happen. Number two, get your roof inspected. I mean, you don't have to do this every year, but it wouldn't hurt, especially if you're able to get on top of your own roof. Just take a peek, make sure there's no shingles missing, any holes. Maybe, maybe you had a woodpecker on your house. I don't know. So, yeah, definitely just make sure that the roof looks good. You can always hire a professional, which I would highly recommend doing, because you don't want to fall off your roof, break your neck, and then you're calling me saying, well, you told me to get on the roof. So hire somebody, hire a professional if you can. Just take a quick look. And yeah, because you don't want any roof leaks either when we get those snowstorms. Number three, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like spiders. I don't like mice. I don't like rodents or any other item or what rodent, I don't know what you call it. Bugs, rodents, creatures coming in my house to get warm during the wintertime. So make sure that you are sealing gaps around your house, any air gaps, and also doing this to preserve energy, to preserve heat, so you're not paying all this extra money for heat that's just going out the window, right? So just kind of going around, seeing if there's any drafts anywhere around windows, especially around doors, basements, like your air vent, or I'm sorry, dryer vents, things like that. Just make sure all of those are sealed up. Uh, I will tell you a fun story that I had happened to us. It's not in our current house, but we used to live. Well, I'm not going to say where we used to live, but our house was like a 3 level, and we had a basement. We had 2 fireplaces, so there was one fireplace in the basement, one fireplace on the main level. And we did not do what I'm telling you to do. We did not, check for gaps, things like that. Well, we ended up having a fun visitor. I'm going to call him Sam the squirrel, just for fun. I happened to go down into the basement one day and I hear a bunch of racket and I'm like, okay, what the heck? I thought maybe I had an intruder because the kids were at school, my husband was at work, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so I kind of peek around the corner and I see Sam the squirrel being squirrely, just running amok in my basement. I had just redid the basement. We had a flood in our basement. I know we had a lot of things in this basement. We had a flood, so I just redid everything. And he just comes down and destroys it in a blink of an eye. What had happened is the fireplace, he got in through there because we didn't use the fireplace. So we should have sealed that, being that we don't use it. Well, he came through somehow, still didn't figure that out. Came through, he tore up our couch, he chewed through wires. I mean, and squirrels are scary. Squirrels are scary. So anyway, we had to get a cage. We had to put some peanut butter in there or something, and we trapped him and let him loose. But yeah, so there you go. Heed my warning. Make sure you don't have any gaps anywhere around your house. And so that brings us to furnace and chimneys. Making sure that you are having your furnace and chimneys inspected before you start to use them, especially like chimneys. If you use them as a fire burning fireplace, just make sure there's no blockage that could cause any issues there. Making sure if you aren't using your chimney, like I wasn't, that there's no gaps where air or Sam the squirrel could get in. And then having your furnace inspected yearly is definitely important. Maybe just putting that in your Google calendar, or if you have like a family calendar, just notating that at the beginning of September, have a professional HVAC guy come take a look at it, make sure everything's working good, and cleaning it out too. I mean, if you maintain your furnace, those things could last for a very, very long time. So definitely consider that. Okay, we already talked about sealing gaps. We already talked about that. Check safety devices. So making sure that your smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors are in working order. So changing your batteries on your smoke detectors, making sure your carbon monoxide detector is not being blocked, and that it's working properly. And the way that you do that, there's like a little tester button on there that you can just push, test it, making sure that it works. Winterizing exterior faucets and sprinkler systems. Now, obviously, this is for if you live in a climate like Montana where it gets cold and we have winter. If you're watching from a warm place like Texas or Florida, then you probably don't have to do any of this stuff. So this is mainly for climates that do get cold. So making sure that you are getting on the schedule, and I would definitely recommend getting on the schedule as soon as you can. So maybe mark your calendar for some time in July to call and get yourself on the winterization schedule for your sprinkler system. And then also making sure you're unplugging your hoses. Now, this is obviously when we get towards freezing temperatures, you want to do that. Unplugging all the hoses, making sure everything's tight and there's no water, because that could also cause issues in the home, and we don't want that. Lawn and garden, raking the leaves. You want to make sure that you are making sure that trees and shrubs are away from power lines. And then aerating the lawn. This is the best time to start aerating the lawn. And also planting your fall bulbs. That's a hard thing to say. Planting your fall bulbs, so like tulips, things like that now. So in the spring, you have beautiful flowers coming out of the ground. And then again, if you do live in a colder climate, Oh, hey, I just want to say hello to everybody on Instagram that's watching. Congrats on the 75. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was tough doing that. Let's see who else is saying something. Okay, cool. So yeah, stock up on winter supplies. Because you never know, the power could go out at any time. I know that we've had some bad snowstorms where it downs the power lines and then you have no power. So making sure that you are stocked up with food, water, toiletries, things like that, which you should be doing anyway, because you just never know what could happen at any given time. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Stocking things like salt or ice melt, snow shovels, making sure you have a good snow shovel, and put one in your car. Like I've actually had an experience where I had to dig myself out of a snow pile with a snow shovel. So they do sell these cool little portable snow shovels that are compact. So highly recommend doing that, making sure that you have water in your car, like those little hand warmer things that you just break apart and you put them in your hands, just in case you stall somewhere and it's in the dead of winter. I would definitely, I know this, we're talking about a car, but I would definitely recommend your snowblower, if you have a snowblower, is in working order, because the last thing you want to deal with is trying to get that repaired or fixed at the same time that everybody else is trying to do that. So start doing that now, get it prepared. And then check your insulation. We're on number 10 now, by the way. Check your insulation in your house, making sure you have proper insulation installed, like in your attic, because like, for instance, I found out through a home inspection, this is why a home inspection is important, is so we have like not an enclosed, but it's a covered porch. And the way, so I guess the covered porch part goes into the house. Well, that part, the air just goes in because there's no insulation there, which we wouldn't have known had we not got a home inspection. So making sure that everything is insulated so you are not wasting energy and heat and all of that. And 1 second, I'm going to plug it in my computer because it just said that my battery saver is on. So hold tight 1 second while I plug my computer in. Okay. That's the fun part about being live. You're like, oh no, I completely forgot to plug in my computer. Okay, good. Now we're good. I didn't want this to get cut off in the middle of all the good stuff. So, great. So I think we just went out on Facebook. There, I'm back. Okay. I just love the internet, don't you? It's so great. It's so great. Oh, and another thing too, lawn furniture. This is the time, well, maybe not quite yet. It's not quite getting cold. So I'd probably about, you'll know. You'll want to cover your lawn furniture or store it away. So it doesn't get ruined by the fun snow. And then, so it's Labor Day weekend. What's everybody doing? I am just probably going to stick around, get some work done, clean my house, all that good stuff. But I know a lot of people go and drive the Beartooth Pass. It's kind of, so Labor Day weekend to me is kind of everybody's like last summer vacation time to go do stuff. The kids are out of school, people are off of work. So I'd like to know what you guys are doing. You're going to go to maybe the national parks, go somewhere tropical. I know a few people that are in Mexico right now, just soaking in the rays. So some other things that are going on this weekend in Billings, Montana, the Burn the Point, that's always a big event. The parade and the street dance is happening. So if you like classic cars, this is the time to go downtown and check it out. That will be September 1st. And then the classic car auction will be September 2nd. And that's actually at Metro Park, and that starts at 9 o'clock. So if you're a big classic car lover, I'm waiting for the day that I restore my 86 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, so I can include that into the classic car. But right now it's not in the shape that it needs to be. And then, of course, the Billings Mustangs season is coming to a close. There is a game September 4th, which I believe is Monday. So that would be a good day to go check that out. And they're actually doing really, really well. They are kicking butt, taking names. So it's pretty fun to watch. And get yourself a Stang burger. Get yourself a Stang burger. Those are so good. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you. School started for pretty much everyone, I think. So everybody's getting back to their normal schedules, normal schedule programming. And I think that's pretty much it. I do have a new listing that just came out yesterday. So if you're in the market for a real estate investment, this would be great. It's a duplex, close to downtown, pretty much close to everything. It's kind of in the heart of Billings, all redone. They did a really good job with this place. So really all you have to do is grab the key, unlock the door, and put some renters in there, or put yourself and a renter in there. It's be a great way to get your mortgage paid. Live in one and rent out the other. So if you have any questions on that, it's 112 Terry Avenue. I just listed it at $249.9, which is a great buy. Like it, I'm surprised it. Well, it just came on yesterday, but it should be snatched up by today. I think so anyway. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. And we will see you next week, I believe. Yeah, should be here next Friday. If you are a business owner or you know somebody that would like to promote their business, I am looking for some people to be on the Coffee Chat Live show. Just hit me up and we'll get you on. All right, that's it. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Do something fun. Be safe. And we'll see you next Friday. Have fun. Wait, did somebody comment? No. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye. We're still live. The button's not working.